Ever feel like you're leaving potential on the table?
Hmm.
Like there's a better, you just waiting, but
Mm.
you're not quite sure how to, unlock it?
Yeah, that's a common feeling, I think.
Well, you shared this really powerful YouTube video with us. It's from English Avenue called Change Your Life English Listening Practice. Graded reader, improve your English.
Right, and it's definitely direct, fiery even.
Exactly. Packed with this raw, kind of unfiltered advice about taking control, making real changes.
Yo, holding back in that one.
So our mission today, let's dissect it. Pull out the core message, the really impactful stuff.
And figure out how these ideas can actually work for you right now, wherever you're starting from.
Absolutely. So right off the bat, what jumps out is that energy, like you said.
Yeah, and the fundamental idea, we have more control, more agency than we might think.
It's not just stuff happening to us.
No, it argues we actively create the change. It's a potent reminder.
And it doesn't ease you in, does it? It hits you with that question about satisfaction, pride, and what you've done.
Forces a bit of self-reflection right from the start.
Yeah, a hard look. And then bam, it says wishing isn't enough. You can't just hope for a better life.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It dismantles that idea of passive improvement pretty quickly. Gets right to personal responsibility.
Saying conscious choices are like the foundation for any real change.
And it's pretty blunt about those excuses we all lean on sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Too young, too old.
Not enough money, not enough time.
And it just calls them lies. Straight up.
Which makes you wonder, why are they so common? Is it just easier?
Easier to blame things outside ourselves, maybe, than to face our own, well, inaction.
That's exactly the video's point. It argues the real problem isn't your circumstances.
It's what? The inaction. The complaining.
Yeah, that's what holds people back, according to the video. Not lack of smarts or luck.
It really shifts the power back to you, to your internal state.
Which leads directly into the next big theme.
Mhm.
Action, just doing something.
Right. The video hammers this home. The difference between success and failure often just boils down to actually doing the work.
And it uses Oprah Winfrey as this really powerful example.
Yeah, that's a great illustration. Someone who faced incredible hardship.
Exactly. It's not just theory, it's real life. Showing that huge obstacles can be overcome.
With hard work, focus, the right mindset.
It makes you question your own perceived barriers, doesn't it? Are they real or self-imposed?
Like the video asks, what's stopping you? And then answers.
Nothing but your own mindset. Pretty direct.
So from Oprah's story, it then kind of shifts gears into visualization.
Right, painting this picture of your dream life.
The beautiful home, the nice car, providing for your parents, all that stuff.
Trying to spark that motivation inside you.
But the key connection it makes is that this vision isn't just a fantasy.
No, it's framed as achievable if you commit to changing.
And that's where habits come in. Big time.
Yeah, how we spend our days or routines, those little things add up. They shape everything.
The video puts it so plainly. Your habits are either making you or breaking you.
It really highlights that compound effect, doesn't it? Daily choices matter.
Even the mindless scrolling or just vegging out in front of the TV.
And it reframes that stuff, calling time a valuable resource. Makes you think.
Are these activities serving my goals? Or just comfortable procrastination?
Good question to ask. Then it taps into something deeper, emotionally.
You mean the part about parents? Giving back.
Exactly. Acknowledging their sacrifices, wanting to provide for them. It paints these touching pictures.
Imagining their joy, their relief.
Yeah.
That's a powerful motivator.
Incredibly effective. It links personal success to something bigger than yourself. Purpose.
But then it brings you back down to earth. Like, okay, that's great, but
Success isn't easy, a necessary dose of realism right there.
balances the inspiration with the hard facts.
And it gets specific about the work involved.
Early mornings, prioritizing, saying no to distractions.
Discipline. And then there's that analogy. Wow.
The mentor holding the student underwater.
Yeah, it's intense, but it really illustrates the level of desire the video says you need.
How badly do you actually want it? Is it just a wish, or is it like needing air?
That's the question it forces you to ask. How do you cultivate that kind of drive?
Okay, moving on. It talks about your environment, who you hang out with.
Surround yourself with winners. It's pretty blunt again.
Yeah, distance yourself from negative people, unmotivated people.
It makes sense, that idea of social contagion. We absorb the attitudes of those around us.
So creating a supportive environment is key, even if it means some tough relationship choices.
Cutting off toxic influences, as they put it.
And underlying all of this, it keeps circling back to one thing.
Self-belief. Gotta be it.
Yeah, If you don't believe in yourself, why would anyone else?
That's fundamental. Self-efficacy, believing you can actually do it.
And it prepares you for the negativity.
Right.
The doubters, the haters.
Calls them critics. Says you'll encounter them, but you got to use it.
Use it as fuel. Prove them wrong.
Exactly. And it gives you that affirmation. Believe that you can achieve anything you set your mind to, building that inner confidence.
Then, a really important point, failure. It tackles it head on.
Which is crucial. It reframes it completely.
Not the end, but the beginning. He uses the Michael Jordan example.
Right. Getting cut from his high school team. Great way to normalize failure.
Takes the sting out of it. Makes it part of the process.
Viewing it as learning, like the video suggests, that's vital for resilience.
It fosters that growth mindset. Setbacks are feedback, not proof you're inadequate.
So the fear of failure doesn't paralyze you.
And amidst all this push for action, it also says, hey, slow down sometimes.
Take time for yourself. Self-reflection.
Yeah, those quiet moments. Meditation, just breathing, whatever works.
It highlights self-care within the drive for achievement. You need to recharge.
Recharge your mind. Gain perspective. Make sure you're still on the right track.
And the suggestion for positive self-talk comes in here too.
Oh, yeah, the affirmations. I am amazing. I am capable.
Might sound simple, but the video argues it shapes your internal narrative, builds self-worth.
It's like consciously programming yourself for success, maybe.
Kind of like cognitive reframing, choosing positive thoughts to challenge the negative ones.
It then revisits visualization, that detailed mental picture again.
But it's careful. It stresses that imagining isn't enough on its own.
Right. Visualization is a tool, clarifies goals, boosts motivation.
But it has to be paired with action, concrete steps. Mental rehearsal isn't the whole game.
Which leads to managing your thoughts actively.
Controlling your mind, pushing back against those inner critics.
The I'm not good enough, I'll never make it voices.
Taking charge of that internal dialogue. Mental discipline, really.
Like training your mind, same way you train your body.
Focus on empowering thoughts. Dismiss the self-limiting stuff. And that reassurance.
You are amazing. You have everything you need. It's meant to counter that inner doubt.
Saying self-belief might be the only missing piece.
Okay, but big changes can feel huge, right? Overwhelming.
Definitely. So the video wisely advises starting small.
Practical examples?
Yeah.
Little exercise, learn a few words, save a bit of money.
It's that journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step idea.
Breaks it down, makes it achievable, builds momentum.
And confidence. Each small win helps.
And while taking those steps, be your own cheerleader. Don't wait for external praise.
Yeah, that's about intrinsic motivation, self-compassion. Don't rely only on what others think.
Cultivate that inner encouragement. Acknowledge your own effort.
It also suggests seeking out external inspiration, too.
Motivational speakers, books, success stories.
Uses Thomas Edison as an example of persistence.
Right. Surround yourself with stories of people who kept going despite setbacks. Powerful role models.
Reinforces the belief that big things are possible.
Then it talks consistency, reflecting each night on progress, planning the next day.
Super important. Regular self-assessment keeps you on track, adjusts course if needed.
Reinforces the commitment, and it brings in gratitude practice.
Writing down things you're grateful for, that's known to boost well-being, optimism.
Builds resilience. Then, for anyone tempted to just, get by.
It throws down a challenge. Stop settling for average.
Yeah, demand more from yourself. Push to excel, not just manage.
It's a call to unlock your full potential. Resist that comfort zone of mediocrity.
Have big dreams. Don't worry if people doubt you at first.
Because initial skepticism can turn into admiration later.
Which brings us back to sacrifice again. Cutting out time wasters.
Prioritizing growth. It really hammers home that daily choices shape your future.
Moment by moment, you're choosing. Growth or comfort, discipline or ease.
Courage or fear. It makes you really evaluate your effort level. Are you really doing all you can?
And it encourages stepping outside the comfort zone. Growth happens there.
Even big failures are reframed as learning opportunities.
Yeah.
Better to fail spectacularly than not try. Absolutely. And it warns against complacency, again mentioning your social circle.
Surround yourself with people who push you, not let you coast.
And finally, that sense of urgency creeps back in.
The clock is ticking. Time is finite.
Can't put things off forever. No unlimited time.
It counters procrastination. The time is now. Ask, why not me?
Exactly. Why shouldn't you achieve those dreams?
And it's reassuring, too. You're not defined by your past. Your potential is limitless.
Every day is a new chance to reinvent yourself.
But it all hinges on taking full responsibility. No blaming.
Owning your current situation, owning your future path, that's empowering.
Action over talk. Let results speak.
And the video wraps up by saying, remember to celebrate the small wins along the way.
Acknowledge progress. Don't just focus on the huge end goal.
And then that final, very direct call to action.
Write it down. What specific changes will you make? What goals will you set? Starting now.
Leaves you with that powerful mantra, dream big, work hard, and never settle for anything less than extraordinary.
It really tries to personalize the message right at the end. Make it about you.
Yeah, it's not just information. It's about translation, turning insights into actual steps today.
So, echoing that final urge from the video. What's one small but significant step you listening can take today towards that extraordinary life?
We really hope this deep dive hasn't just, informed you, but actually sparked something.
Ignited that fire the video talks about. Because the journey, well, it starts now.